one of our climate scientists, Dr. James Pope, and one of our meteorologists, Aidan McGibbon, kind of came together and said, why don't we try and make a hypothetical future weather forecast about the weather in 2050 so that people can have a look at what climate change might do to our weather. And the scenario that they picked was from a high emissions scenario. So that assumes that we keep emitting carbon dioxide linked to burning coal, oil, and we keep cutting down rainforests, for example. So the past week in the UK, we've seen temperatures over 40 degrees for the first time ever. And in the Northern Hemisphere, we're seeing there's 5 heat waves right now across Europe. So it is a time where we're seeing these extreme conditions. Right now, it's a 1 in 100 chance that we'll see a 40-degree-C event now. But by the end of the century, according to the UK climate projections, we would predict that we'll see it maybe once every 3 years on that high emission scenario. At the Met Office, we do research into something called attribution. So we try and understand how much more likely an event is because of climate change compared to no climate change. And essentially you get a climate model and you run it twice, once with no human emissions and once with human emissions. And what all the studies are showing from extreme events, all of those are more likely because of climate change. Now we're seeing them more and more frequently. For me, the evidence is clear that we are changing our climate and it is having impact on the weather patterns that we're seeing. I think for me, there's still some hope because that relationship is so clear that if we can limit those emissions, we can limit the impact and make life on this planet better for humans, but also for biodiversity, the ecosystems that we share this